When someone opens up to us about their pain and struggles, it is a deeply vulnerable moment for them, and our response can significantly impact their experience. In these instances, the act of listening becomes a profound gesture of support and empathy. When faced with another person's pain, our initial reaction might be to offer advice, share our own experiences, or try to fix the situation. However, the most meaningful response often comes in the form of our silent presence and attentive listening. In these delicate moments, silence allows us to create a safe space where the other person feels heard and understood. The weight of their suffering is often heavy, and by choosing to remain silent, we signal that we are fully present with them in their moment of need. Our silence is not a passive stance, it is an active engagement that demonstrates our respect for their feelings and our commitment to being there for them without judgment or interruption. As they express their emotions and recount their experiences, the silence we offer becomes a canvas upon which their feelings can be expressed freely. It allows them to explore their thoughts and emotions without the pressure of immediate responses or solutions. Through our silence, we provide a mirror that reflects their feelings back to them, validating their experiences and acknowledging their pain. This validation can be incredibly healing as it reassures them that their emotions are legitimate and deserving of attention. Moreover, silence in these moments helps us avoid imposing our own viewpoints or solutions onto their situation. When we speak without fully understanding the depth of their pain, our words may come across as dismissive or trivializing. By choosing silence, we avoid the risk of minimizing their experience and instead give them the space to articulate their own needs and desires for support. This approach respects their autonomy and allows them to guide the conversation in a way that feels most comforting and relevant to them. Silence also provides an opportunity for us to reflect on our own reactions and emotions. It gives us the chance to process our feelings and think about how best to support them without being overwhelmed by our own responses. This introspection helps us approach the situation with a clearer perspective and a more compassionate heart. In the end, when others are sharing their pain, our silence becomes a powerful tool for connection and healing. It is through our quiet, empathetic presence that we convey our deepest support, allowing them to feel truly heard and valued. This act of being present without words can often provide more comfort and solace than any verbal expression, making our silence a profound testament to our care and understanding. In the midst of gossip or negative conversations, the atmosphere often becomes charged with tension and negativity. These discussions can quickly spiral into a cycle of criticism, judgment, and harmful speculation. When we find ourselves in such environments, our choice to remain silent can have a significant impact on the direction and tone of the conversation. Silence in these situations is not merely about withholding our words, it is about consciously choosing to distance ourselves from the negative energy that can so easily pervade these interactions. Gossip and negative talk often thrive on the participation of those who engage with the content, whether through agreement, contribution, or even passive listening. When we choose to remain silent, we effectively break the chain of negativity by not feeding into the conversation. Our silence serves as a powerful statement that we refuse to be complicit in the spread of harmful or unconstructive dialogue. This act of restraint helps to maintain our personal integrity and uphold our values in the face of potentially corrosive interactions. Furthermore, silence in these situations allows us to preserve our mental and emotional well-being. Engaging in or even passively participating in negative talk can be draining and demoralizing. By stepping back and choosing not to contribute, we protect ourselves from the emotional fallout that can come from immersing ourselves in such negativity. This self-preservation is crucial for maintaining our own sense of peace and positivity. Choosing silence also allows us to reflect on the broader implications of the conversation. Gossip and negativity can often perpetuate misunderstandings and deepen divides between individuals or groups. By remaining silent, we give ourselves the opportunity to consider the potential consequences of our involvement and to choose a path that promotes constructive and positive interactions instead. This reflection helps us to navigate social dynamics with greater awareness and responsibility. In addition, silence in the face of gossip or negative talk provides a moment of pause for those engaged in the conversation. It can serve as a subtle but powerful reminder that such discussions may not be conducive to growth or understanding. This pause can create space for others to reconsider the direction of the conversation and potentially shift towards more positive and constructive topics. By choosing not to participate in gossip or negative talk, we also set a precedent for others. Our silence can inspire those around us to adopt a similar approach, fostering an environment where respect and positivity are valued over criticism and negativity. This ripple effect can contribute to creating a more supportive and harmonious community. Ultimately, our choice to remain silent during gossip or negative talk is a testament to our commitment to maintaining our values, protecting our well-being, and fostering a more positive and respectful environment. It is through this deliberate silence that we reinforce the importance of constructive dialogue and uphold the principles of empathy and understanding. Making decisions, particularly significant ones, can be an intense process fraught with complexity and uncertainty. The weight of these decisions often brings with it a barrage of emotions, opinions, and potential outcomes that can cloud our judgment and make the process feel overwhelming. In these moments, choosing silence becomes a critical tool for clarity and sound decision-making. When faced with a decision, our minds can become flooded with a multitude of thoughts and considerations, each pulling us in different directions. This mental noise can be disorienting, leading us to react impulsively or to make decisions based on transient emotions rather than thoughtful reflection. Embracing silence during this period allows us to step away from the chaos of competing thoughts and to create a space where our mind can settle and focus on the core issues at hand. Silence acts as a form of mental and emotional respite, giving us the opportunity to detach from the immediate pressures and anxieties that accompany decision-making. It is in this quiet space that we can truly assess the situation, weigh the pros and cons, and consider the potential consequences of our choices. By removing ourselves from the noise and haste, we allow our inner voice and intuition to guide us more effectively, leading to more informed and balanced decisions. Moreover, silence provides the necessary distance to gain perspective on the decision at hand. Often, the pressure to make a quick decision can lead us to overlook critical details or to make choices based on incomplete information. By choosing silence, we grant ourselves the time to gather more information, consult with others if necessary, and reflect on all relevant factors. This thorough examination helps to ensure that our decisions are based on a comprehensive understanding rather than on superficial impressions. In the silence, we also have the opportunity to confront our own fears and uncertainties about the decision. These internal dialogues can be crucial in revealing our true priorities and values. Silence allows us to explore our own feelings and motivations without external influences, leading to a deeper understanding of what truly matters to us. This self-awareness is invaluable in guiding us towards decisions that align with our authentic self. Furthermore, silence helps us to resist the urge to seek validation or approval from others, which can sometimes lead us astray. The opinions of others, while valuable, can sometimes lead us to make decisions based on external expectations rather than on our own beliefs and desires. By embracing silence, we reinforce our own decision-making process, ensuring that our choices are genuinely reflective of our own values and goals. In essence, choosing silence when we need to make a decision allows us to engage in a more deliberate and thoughtful decision-making process. It provides the space for clarity, reflection, and self-awareness, helping us to navigate complex choices with greater confidence and alignment with our true selves. This deliberate pause is not about delaying decisions, but about enhancing our ability to make choices that are informed, balanced, and in harmony with our personal values and objectives. Conflict is an inherent part of human interactions, but the way we handle it can significantly impact the outcome and our own well-being. When others actively seek to draw us into conflict or confrontation, the choice of whether to engage or remain silent can profoundly influence the dynamics of the situation and our personal peace. In these moments, the act of choosing silence becomes a powerful strategy for maintaining composure and navigating the conflict with grace. When someone attempts to engage us in conflict, their behavior often stems from their own frustrations, insecurities, or unmet needs. They may be seeking validation, an outlet for their emotions, or simply an argument to bolster their own sense of self. By choosing silence, we can avoid fueling their desire for conflict and instead create a space where their attempts to provoke us can dissipate. Silence acts as a calm and neutral response that prevents the situation from escalating further, thus preserving our own emotional balance and integrity. Engaging in conflict can often be driven by immediate reactions and emotional responses, which may not always reflect our true intentions or values. In the heat of the moment, our judgments can become clouded, leading us to react in ways that might not be constructive or reflective of our best selves. Silence provides us with the necessary pause to step back, collect our thoughts, and consider the broader implications of our actions before responding. This pause allows us to approach the situation with a clearer and more measured perspective, reducing the likelihood of saying or doing things we might later regret. Additionally, silence can serve as a powerful tool for deflecting unnecessary negativity and preventing the spread of further discord. When we choose not to engage in conflict, we effectively deny the interaction the energy it needs to escalate. This conscious choice to remain silent can shift the focus away from confrontation and towards a more peaceful resolution, either by de-escalating the situation or by prompting the other party to reconsider their approach. Moreover, silence in the face of conflict can be an affirmation of our own values and principles. It demonstrates that we are not willing to engage in behaviors that compromise our own standards of respect and dignity. By refusing to participate in conflict, we uphold our commitment to maintaining a respectful and harmonious environment, even when others may be attempting to undermine it. In these moments, it is also important to recognize the role of silence in protecting our own mental and emotional well-being. Conflict can be draining and stressful, and engaging in it can lead to lasting negative effects on our mood and mental state. By choosing silence, we safeguard ourselves from the emotional toll that conflict can impose, allowing us to preserve our inner peace and emotional resilience. Choosing silence when others are seeking to engage us in conflict is not about avoiding confrontation altogether, but about managing it in a way that aligns with our principles and preserves our well-being. It allows us to navigate challenging interactions with a sense of calm and purpose, preventing unnecessary escalation and fostering a more respectful and positive environment. Through this deliberate choice, we demonstrate our strength and self-control, ultimately leading to more constructive and harmonious outcomes. When we find ourselves in situations where we are uncertain about our own intentions, the path forward can often feel murky and fraught with potential pitfalls. This uncertainty can stem from various sources, conflicting emotions, unclear objectives, or external pressures. In such times, choosing to remain silent becomes a valuable strategy for gaining clarity and ensuring that our actions align with our true goals and values. When we are unsure of our intentions, our thoughts and feelings can be in disarray, making it difficult to discern what we genuinely want or need from the situation at hand. This internal confusion can lead us to make hasty decisions or articulate responses that do not accurately reflect our true desires. Silence provides us with the essential space to reflect deeply on our motives and objectives, allowing us to sort through our emotions and thoughts without the added pressure of external expectations or immediate responses. In moments of uncertainty, silence serves as a crucial tool for introspection. It offers us the opportunity to pause and examine the underlying reasons for our hesitation or confusion. By stepping away from the immediate need to communicate or act, we give ourselves the chance to explore our own motivations and desires with greater depth. This self-exploration can reveal insights into our true intentions, helping us to clarify what we really want and how best to achieve it. Additionally, silence helps to prevent the premature articulation of intentions that might not be fully formed or thought out. Speaking or acting before we have a clear understanding of our own intentions can lead to misunderstandings, miscommunications, or actions that we might later regret. By choosing silence, we allow ourselves the time to carefully consider our position and to ensure that any subsequent actions or statements are aligned with our well-considered intentions. In these moments, silence also serves as a means of protecting our integrity and authenticity. When we speak or act without a clear understanding of our own intentions, we risk presenting a facade that does not genuinely reflect who we are or what we truly seek. By remaining silent until we have gained clarity, we maintain a sense of authenticity and ensure that our actions and words are true to our real self. Furthermore, silence can be a strategic approach in interactions where others may be seeking immediate answers or responses from us. By holding back from offering responses or commitments before we are certain of our own intentions, we avoid the pressure to conform to others' expectations or demands. This deliberate pause allows us to navigate interactions with greater composure and to ensure that our responses are grounded in our own authentic understanding. Ultimately, when we are unsure of our intentions, embracing silence provides a protective and clarifying space that enables us to better understand ourselves and our goals. It helps us to navigate our own uncertainty with greater precision, ensuring that our subsequent actions and communications are reflective of our true desires and values. Through this thoughtful pause, we equip ourselves to make more informed, authentic, and aligned decisions that resonate with our genuine intentions. Inner conflict is a profound and often unsettling experience that occurs when our thoughts, emotions, and values are at odds with one another. This internal struggle can manifest in various ways, such as confusion, self-doubt, or emotional turmoil. During such times, the practice of silence becomes an essential tool for navigating this complexity and finding resolution within ourselves. When we are experiencing inner conflict, our minds are often inundated with competing thoughts and feelings that can create a sense of chaos and disarray. This mental noise can make it challenging to discern what we truly want or need, and it can cloud our ability to make clear and rational decisions. In these moments, choosing silence allows us to step back from the overwhelming barrage of conflicting emotions and thoughts. It provides a sanctuary where we can momentarily detach from the internal turmoil and create a space for deeper reflection and understanding. Silence serves as a powerful means of introspection during periods of inner conflict. It grants us the opportunity to explore the roots of our internal struggle without the influence of external pressures or distractions. By embracing silence, we can delve into our own thoughts and feelings, examining the underlying causes of our conflict, and seeking to understand the deeper motivations and concerns that are at play. This process of self-exploration is crucial for gaining clarity and resolving the internal discord that may be troubling us. Moreover, silence helps us to confront and process the emotions associated with inner conflict. When we are caught in the midst of conflicting feelings, expressing ourselves prematurely or without full understanding can lead to miscommunications and further confusion. By taking a step back and remaining silent, we allow ourselves the time to fully experience and understand our emotions. This emotional processing can lead to greater self-awareness and can help us to identify the core issues that need to be addressed in order to resolve our inner conflict. In the midst of inner conflict, silence also provides a space for us to align our thoughts and feelings with our values and principles. When our internal landscape is in turmoil, it can be challenging to maintain a clear sense of what is truly important to us. Silence allows us to reconnect with our core values and beliefs, helping us to evaluate our conflict in the context of what truly matters to us. This alignment is crucial for finding resolution and making decisions that are in harmony with our authentic self. Additionally, silence during times of inner conflict helps us to avoid reacting impulsively or making decisions based on fleeting emotions. The pressure to resolve conflict quickly can lead us to take actions or make statements that we might later regret. By choosing silence, we give ourselves the necessary time to reflect and consider our options more thoughtfully. This deliberate pause helps us to make decisions that are more considered and aligned with our true intentions. Ultimately, when we are experiencing inner conflict, embracing silence becomes a vital practice for navigating the complexity of our emotions and thoughts. It provides a space for introspection, emotional processing, and alignment with our core values. Through this thoughtful and deliberate pause, we gain the clarity and self-understanding needed to address our internal struggles and to move forward with greater resolution and authenticity. Anger and frustration are powerful emotions capable of overwhelming us and distorting our perception of reality. When these feelings arise, they often come with a surge of energy that can propel us into making statements or decisions we might later regret. In these moments, our minds race and our hearts beat faster, urging us to express our discontent or frustration. It is in these very moments of heightened emotional intensity that the practice of silence becomes most profound. Choosing to remain silent when we are angry or upset is not about suppressing our feelings or denying our emotions. Rather, it is about creating a deliberate pause that allows us to step back from the immediate impulse to react. This pause is a crucial opportunity for us to collect our thoughts, to reflect on what has truly triggered our response, and to understand the underlying causes of our anger or frustration. Silence provides a protective buffer between our raw emotional state and the potential actions or words that might follow. In the midst of anger or upset, our ability to think clearly is often compromised. The rush of emotions can cloud our judgment, leading us to speak in ways that might hurt others or create further conflict. By embracing silence, we grant ourselves the time to calm the turbulent waters of our emotions and regain a sense of equilibrium. This silence acts as a form of self-care, giving us the space to process our feelings constructively rather than impulsively lashing out. Moreover, silence in these moments allows us to consider the impact of our words before we utter them. When we speak out of anger, our words can be sharp and cutting, leaving lasting scars on relationships and interactions. By choosing to be silent, we give ourselves the chance to filter our thoughts and ensure that when we do communicate, our words are measured and considerate. This practice not only protects our relationships, but also helps in maintaining our own integrity and self-respect. In essence, the practice of silence when we are angry or upset serves as a powerful tool for personal growth and emotional intelligence. It helps us avoid the pitfalls of reactive communication and fosters a more thoughtful and deliberate approach to resolving conflicts. Through silence, we harness the power to transform our initial reactions into opportunities for understanding and healing, ultimately leading us to more meaningful and constructive outcomes. Encountering new insights or perspectives can be a transformative experience, yet it often comes with its own set of challenges. These new revelations might challenge our long-held beliefs, shift our understanding of ourselves or the world, or introduce complexities we hadn't previously considered. This process of integrating new insights into our existing framework can create inner conflict as our minds grapple with reconciling the old with the new. During such times, embracing silence becomes an essential practice for effectively managing this transition and ensuring that the integration is both thoughtful and meaningful. When we are faced with new information or perspectives that challenge our established views, the initial reaction may be one of resistance or confusion. Our minds need time to process and make sense of these new insights, which can disrupt our sense of stability. Silence provides a crucial pause, allowing us to step back from the immediate emotional and intellectual reactions that may arise. In this quiet space, we can create a mental and emotional buffer that helps us to absorb the new information more fully and objectively. Integrating new insights often requires us to question and reassess our previous beliefs or understandings. This process of reevaluation can be complex and nuanced, involving a thorough examination of how the new insights fit within our existing worldview. Silence during this time allows us to reflect deeply on the implications of the new information, explore its relevance, and understand its impact on our current beliefs. This reflective silence helps us to navigate the cognitive dissonance that may arise and to work through the complexities of merging new insights with our established knowledge. Moreover, silence provides us with the opportunity to explore the emotional responses that accompany the integration of new insights. These responses might include feelings of uncertainty, discomfort, or even excitement. By allowing ourselves to sit in silence, we give ourselves the space to acknowledge and process these emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This emotional processing is crucial for maintaining a balanced perspective and for ensuring that our integration of new insights is both comprehensive and aligned with our emotional well-being. In addition, silence helps to prevent us from making hasty judgments or premature conclusions about the new insights we encounter. The urge to quickly categorize or dismiss new information can lead to incomplete or inaccurate integration. By taking a step back and embracing silence, we allow ourselves the time to engage in a more thorough and deliberate process of evaluation. This careful consideration ensures that the new insights are fully understood and appropriately integrated into our framework. Ultimately, when we need to integrate new insights, silence serves as a vital tool for managing the transition. It provides us with the space to reflect, process, and understand the new information, allowing us to reconcile it with our existing beliefs and knowledge. Through this thoughtful and deliberate pause, we are able to navigate the complexities of integration with greater clarity and insight, ensuring that the new perspectives enrich and enhance our understanding rather than creating discord. Inner conflict often arises when there is a misalignment between our actions or decisions and our core values. Values are deeply held beliefs that guide our behavior and shape our understanding of what is important in life. When we find ourselves in situations where our choices, behaviors, or circumstances conflict with these fundamental principles, the resulting tension can be both distressing and disorienting. During these times, choosing silence becomes a critical practice for navigating and resolving this internal discord. When our values are in disagreement with our actions, we experience a profound sense of inner turmoil. This misalignment can manifest as guilt, shame, or a general sense of unease. Our values are often closely tied to our sense of identity and self-worth, so when our actions do not reflect these values, it can lead to a deep emotional and psychological conflict. Silence provides a necessary pause that allows us to step away from the immediate emotional responses and to engage in a more reflective and introspective process. In this quiet space, we can examine the root causes of the misalignment and begin to understand the ways in which our actions diverge from our values. Embracing silence during these moments of dissonance allows us to engage in meaningful self-reflection. It provides the opportunity to explore why our values and actions are at odds and to consider the underlying factors that may be contributing to this conflict. This reflective silence helps us to identify whether our actions were driven by external pressures, internal fears, or temporary impulses. By understanding the root causes of the misalignment, we can gain clarity on how to realign our behavior with our core values. Additionally, silence serves as a powerful tool for evaluating our priorities and making necessary adjustments. When our values are in disagreement, it is crucial to reassess our priorities and determine whether our current path is truly aligned with our most deeply held beliefs. Silence allows us to step back from the noise and distractions of daily life and to focus on what truly matters to us. This process of reevaluation helps us to make conscious decisions about how to adjust our actions or commitments to better reflect our values. Furthermore, silence during times of value conflict helps us to avoid reactive decisions and rash actions. When we are emotionally charged or conflicted, there is a risk of making impulsive choices that may not address the underlying issues or that may exacerbate the conflict. By choosing silence, we allow ourselves the time to calm our emotions and to approach the situation with a more measured and thoughtful perspective. This deliberate approach helps us to make decisions that are more in harmony with our values and that address the core issues at hand. In addition, silence can be a way to preserve and honor our own sense of integrity. When our values are in disagreement with our actions, it is essential to uphold our sense of self-respect and authenticity. Silence provides a space for us to reaffirm our commitment to our values and to consider how we might make choices that align with our true self. This inner affirmation strengthens our resolve to act in accordance with our principles and to maintain a sense of personal integrity. Ultimately, when our values are in disagreement, embracing silence becomes a crucial practice for resolving the internal conflict and realigning our actions with our core beliefs. It offers a space for reflection, reevaluation, and thoughtful decision-making.